Thank you for listening to 1252 Sports Chicago.
Like sports? Do you like beer? Do you love sports and beer? Then you're exactly where you need to be. This is the Hughes, Views, and Brews Show on 1252 Sports Chicago. Cheers.
You are listening to 1252 Sports Entertainment. Parental discretion may be advised.
Woo! It's about that time. FatMike, Chicago Sports. Yeah. Finally here. Shot City Sports is right here. Updates on news, get it here. No rumors, cause we keep it real. FatMike. Sit back, relax, sugar beer one of them nights.
Hey, this is Carmen DeFalco from ESPN Chicago, and you're listening to the Fat Mike Sports Show.
Hey, this is Dave Richard from CBS Sports, and you're listening to the Fat Mike Chicago Sports Show.
Hi, this is Jesse Rogers for the Fat Mike Chicago Sports Show.
Hey everyone, I'm Scott Merkin, the longtime White Sox beat writer for MLB.com and proud graduate of the University of Michigan. You're listening to me on the Fat Mike Chicago Sports Show.
This is Chuck Arline, and you are listening to the Fat Mike Chicago Sports Show. It's the best.
Hey, what's up? This is Greg Braggs Jr. from Braggs in the Stands, and you're listening to my guys on the Fat Mike Chicago Sports Show. Boom!
Hey everyone, Fred Huebner from ESPN 1000. Great to be on the Fat Mike Chicago Sports Show. I'm Dan Zaborski, senior writer for Fangraphs, and you're listening to Fat Mike Chicago Sports Show.
I'm JJ Stankovich from NBCSportsChicago.com and the Undercenter Podcast, and you're listening to the Fat Mike Chicago Sports Show.
Hey Sparkle, you know what I listen to? It's the Fat Mike Chicago Sports Show with my guy, Fat Mike. If you listen anywhere else, no jock. Listen to Fat Mike, the best.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are live here. Fred Huebner and Fat Mike sitting down here at Coach's Corner, 8118, 143rd Street, Orland Park, and where that place went crazy because the White Sox won. Yeah, it went nuts. Boo. Boo. Boo the White Sox. So, like he said, if I had enough drinks, I'd still be happy. Still not the case, guys. My Cubs still lost. Bad game by my Cubs today. It seemed like this game was never going to end,
No,
Fred.
absolutely not. I hate the runner on second base to start extra innings. The score was 1-1 after 9. The final score is 5-4.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy that asked us earlier in the game if the over-under takes 7 runs for the over, we say, I'll go over. Well, after 9 innings, it was 2. But he got the over. If
He
would
still
have
got
bet
the
it,
win. He still got the win
it
if
with
you bet it.
5-4. 9 runs are scored. I hate this guy at second base. Hopefully that goes away sometime because it's a brutal
It has
rule.
to. It's a
It's
terrible
a brutal
rule.
especially when you're trying to keep score. The guy that makes the last outs now on second base. How the hell does that work?
Let's talk about last outs here.
Yeah.
All right, this is something that frosted my ass the entire game. Again, everybody knows how much I fucking love Ian Happ. All right, everybody knows how much I love Ian Happ. If you guys aren't watching, if you guys are listening, I'm doing the jerk off sign. All right, because he's a jerk off.
He's made the last out today.
5 times.
In the first, the third, the sixth, the eighth, and the 10th. And the funny thing is, because he made the last out in the 10th, he was on base and scored a run for the Cubs in extra
Unbelievable.
innings.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Ian Happ revenge season, more like Ian Happ sucks season. He blows.
He was not good.
Ian Happ is trash.
Yeah. There was very few good offensive players in this game today.
Right.
The two starting pitchers were really good.
Cease and
Stroman. I'm not sure, were the pitchers good or the hitters suck?
A little bit of both.
Yeah,
Right.
a little bit of both.
Jinx, owe me a beer.
Yeah, a little bit of both. And Stroman was good. Seven innings, 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. For Cease, 7 innings, 2 hits, a run, unearned because of an error by Jake Berger, which was a tough error to get. 4 walks, which is too many to have.
Which is rare for him as of lately, yes.
4 walks and 5 strikeouts. Jake Berger gets the game-winning hit. He made an error that made the game, gave the Cubs one of their runs. Their run in regulation time, I guess you'd call it, early in the game. But it was, it sucks because I love baseball, but I can't say it was a fun game.
It was a tough game to watch.
It was a very tough game.
It was tough. I'd much rather be eating carrots and celery than watch that game. Like, it was one of those type of games.
In a while.
I've never done that ever.
No,
never done it ever.
Because the food we've had here, I had jalapeno poppers, I had wings. What do you have?
I had mozzarella sticks and mini tacos.
There you go. And I've had Anti-Hero and Bear Hug from Goose Island, and you've had
Miller Lights.
There you go.
The entire stretch.
Unbelievable.
But the one thing I will say, the starters today, like you noted on, Cease, absolutely, that slider of his today was absolutely on point.
Yeah.
And absolutely filthy for any time that he wanted to throw it. And same with his knuckle curve.
Yeah, his knuckle curve was dominant
dominant all game.
Yeah.
And on the other side of the ball, Marcus Stroman, the first pitch strikes were just on the money all day.
He was very good. And
getting ahead in the count immediately. Boom.
And he's the guy who came in with a 2-4 record. But you know what? He's the guy that as the Cubs go forward, this tough stretch coming up for them, they need him because Hendricks is giving up the long ball. They need some other guys.
Right.
And Marcus Stroman hopefully will be a guy that steps up for them.
Yeah, listen, who knows what this is? Like you and I were talking earlier, I think Marcus Stroman is that guy where he's that 500 guy all year.
Yep.
I'm not gonna throw out names like I did with you earlier because the names don't compare.
No.
All right, because he's not up to that hype. But he's that guy that goes 11-12, 13-10. He's that medium of the road. He'll get 25 decisions a year, but his 25 decisions are 13-12 or 13-11. You know what I mean? That's where he's at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's that type of guy.
Now, earlier in the game, the guys from NBC Sports Chicago went back to the studio and had Chuck Garfien and Ozzie Guillen. And Chuck Garfien goes, "We need a little magic." And I wrote it down. Ozzie said, "We don't need magic. We need better at bats." That's what the White Sox have needed all year long. They left 12 men on base today. Cubs left 9 guys on base. Now that kind of gets thrown out of kilter because the guy gets on base in the set, in the extra innings. But still, too many men to leave on base. Sox were not getting any big hits. Listen, for Stroman, he gave up a hit to Tim Anderson leading off the game, and he retired the next 13. I think it was 13 in a row before Gavin Sheets got his single. And then Tim Anderson goes out of the game. That's huge for the White Sox going forward. Anderson, it looked like he might have had a groin injury. They're going to do more further evaluation tomorrow. But you know what? Danny Menda came in, had 2 hits, and he scored 2 runs, including the game-winning run.
Right. Yeah.
So,
he had a nice game today.
Yeah, he's a guy that, the White Sox will be without Tim Anderson for a while. Hopefully Danny Menda can help fill in for that spot.
Each team today faulted on a couple of opportunities big time.
Oh, yeah.
Like the bottom of the 6th, the Sox had a guy on first, bobbled ball by Anderson Simmons there up the middle, glove tag on the base from a late break. Got him out at second base, and then Berger flied out to the outfield, flied out to center field the next pitch on the very first pitch.
Yeah.
It was a tough one. Berger could have came in there and taken a deep at bat and see what happened.
Well, the next inning, too, in the 7th inning, White Sox lead off an error on the shortstop, Huebner. Made a nice play, but he made a bad throw. Then you have a single by Grandal, so you got first and second, and you got Sheets with a fly out, a walk from Engel, so loads the bases. So they got bases loaded, 1 out. What's McGuire do? Strike out, and then a line out to the second baseman.
Yep.
So the White Sox had some opportunities to score some runs earlier in the game. They didn't do it. And because of that, you're stuck. Because of that, you're in a situation where you end up going extra innings. So, seeing you were blaming Megan.
I was blaming the wife.
I know. You were blaming
Guys,
the wife.
listen, I use one pen and one pen only. They're not a sponsor yet, but the Pilot G207 is the best pen ever made.
Is that a gel pen?
It is.
Oh, gel pens are
it
great.
out.
Oh,
great.
yeah. They're the best.
Oh, my God.
I know.
Yeah.
And there's no smudge. Oh,
nope.
A little bit of smudge.
A little bit of smudge.
But
it's the greatest pen ever made.
I got one of the old bullet pens that they had. You know who they made these for?
FBI.
The freaking astronauts.
Oh, okay.
Real easy. You flip the top off, slip it over. It's great. Finally found it. Cleaning my house. You never know what you'll find.
There you go.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, that seventh inning, the bottom of the seventh there was a tough inning for the White Sox, leaving the bases loaded.
You can't do it.
That was bad news.
Right after the Cubs had scored their first run.
Right.
So the Cubs scored a run in the top of the seventh. The White Sox have bases loaded. They cannot score until the ninth inning.
Well, I do want to talk about the bottom of the ninth inning. When Yasmani Grandal came on up.
Yeah.
Yaz, as we like to call him around these parts.
That's what you like to call
Yaz.
him. Yeah.
Yaz.
Yeah.
He comes up, strikeout looking. And the very first, I know how much you love him.
Yeah. What did I say? What was I exactly saying?
He fucking blows.
That's it. There you
yes,
go.
Yeah.
He fucking blows. That's about it. Yasmani Grandal, who should never be called Yaz. That's reserved for Carl Yastrzemski and also Mike Yastrzemski. And you would never hear Hawk call him Yaz. Yeah, it would never happen. Hawk's my guy. He's down in Florida right now. Absolutely would not happen. But he strikes out. But then you have Sheets with a double. You have a single by Engel.
Pollock pinch runs for Gavin Sheets.
Yeah. So, I mean, Adam Engel's been playing well.
but let's the Rivas play in the bottom of the ninth there. Great play at first base from erratic throw.
Tremendous.
I mean, great play. That would have ended the game there.
Right.
And I kind of wish it would have instead of sitting here waiting for another fucking 4 innings for this game to end. But our guy Harry says this Sox team is no different than last year's team. Injuries will kill this team. No way they win it at all this year. They may not even win the division. I'm absolutely sick.
Now, Harry's a Chicagoan, but he's down in Florida, so he gets to see the Rays.
Right.
The damn Tampa Bay Rays knocked off the Yankees again today.
4-2.
And the White Sox have to play the Rays next weekend after going to Toronto for 3 games, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So the White Sox are going to have their hands full coming up, and without Tim Anderson probably. So you're going to have Mendick. They're going to bring somebody else up from the minor leagues to help fill in. But it's going to be difficult for the Sox in this next stretch coming up here.
Right. Going back to that bottom of the ninth inning, that was a very make-or-break inning for the White Sox there. Along with the pass ball and the great play from Rivas at first base, saving that run from scoring, Moncada, there's another pass ball.
Yep.
And a run scores. It's what the fuck. Ties the game. Everything's back knotted up. And then it's like, what is going on here? This, like, anything that could go wrong for my Chicago Cubs today went wrong.
Well, you got back-to-back.
Stupid things. On dumb routine things that the team should know.
Yeah, you got back-to-back groundouts after that. So the White Sox 1 run, forced into extra innings. Sox had a chance to score more runs in the inning, but Moncada bounces out, and so does Harrison at the end of that. And then Harrison's the guy that when the extra inning starts, he's on base. But, yeah, it was a rough game to watch. We're sitting here. We're having a great time at Coach's Corner. Food's great. The people here were great.
Awesome.
Had a wonderful time. Can't wait to get back.
The bartenders up here have been absolutely awesome. The owners up here, Kathy, the bar manager up here, has been absolutely great to us.
Yeah.
This place is awesome. If you guys have not been down here, it's 8118 143rd Street up Northern Park. Make sure you guys get your asses on down here because it's a great time, great food. And you and I said it a couple times. It's the coldest fucking beer we've ever had on tap.
It's unbelievable.
It's so cold. It's awesome.
So good. Yeah, really good.
So
I've been drinking Bear Hugs by Goose Island and also Anti-Heroes from Revolution. Great stuff.
And then from the top of the 10th, Higgins puts down a bunt. Top of the 10th. Higgins puts down a bunt, and Ronaldo Lopez sails the throw to first with Horner on second base.
Yeah.
And Horner scores.
Run scores. Yep.
Sack bunt by Simmons. A sack bunt by Simmons on the next go. Higgins advances to third, and then
Morrell with a single
scores Higgins. 3-1 at this point in the top of the 10th. And the Cubs fail to win this game.
Yeah, they can't
top
hang
of the
on.
10th.
Cannot hang on. 10th inning starts. White Sox had Harrison on base, then Mendick singles, a sacrifice, a walk. But you know what? They have opportunities throughout. There was a Garcia bunt in this game that it's one of the worst rules in baseball. First base is in fair territory. But if you run in fair territory towards first base, they call you running out of the base path,
right,
or the ball can hit you and it's called for interference.
Right.
They want you to run in foul territory until you get to the base and then step on the base.
Right.
It's such a weird thing because if in fact if you got to do that, you should be able to run into fair territory. So it's a situation where that you should be able to run in fair territory, and they can't do it, and it's so crappy. Now, and I understand the rule. The rule's right. He was running inside the baseline. The ball hit him. I understand that. It's not a problem, but it's a crap rule. I don't know about you. I don't know how you.
No,
feel
I mean,
about
listen, it's one of those rules that I've seen happen bite the Cubs live in person, and live sitting there watching the game. I remember Sammy Sosa one time in the middle of, it was like 1999, running in fair territory, got called out for it on a dribbler to the shortstop, a run scored, but out. And it was in the middle of everything going on in the division in like August.
Sure.
Just before the playoffs and everything. He got called out. I was like, it drove me nuts. All right. It's a rule. Understand the game. You got to understand the game.
It's happening.
It's a shit rule. It's a shit rule, but it's a rule.
It's happened in the playoffs. It's happened in World Series games before.
Right.
Where the ball, the catcher throws the ball, the pitcher throws the ball, and it hits the runner. And because it hits the runner, all of a sudden, next thing you know, the guy's out. And in this situation, it looked like the Sox had scored a run and possibly won the game. But no, it doesn't happen because Garcia was running inside the base. They put Engel back, and he doesn't end up scoring in that situation. So
tough game today.
That was a weird game. Like we said,
it was a tough game to watch. I mean, and honestly, Memorial Day weekend, nobody wants to. I mean, this is what I would do. I know this is what you would do. We're still doing a show. I'm sorry.
We got some people here for the 50-50. Yeah, they want to know who wins.
They want to know who wins the 50-50 raffle. But, we got a lot of stuff going on up here. Everybody who came on out today, thank you.
Yeah.
Great time up here hanging out. A lot of fun. Lots and lots of fun. And the Cubs, unfortunately, lose the Crosstown Cup.
They lost 3 out of 4.
Yeah.
Sox won 2 at Wrigley. Stroman pitched well, so I think Cub fans can be encouraged by that. And they can also be in a situation where, you know what, this team battles. I like Morrell. No matter where you play him, I like him. He's out there at shortstop, in center field now. He's leading off the games. I like him. He's a fun kid to watch. You got Contreras, Schwindel, and Wisdom.
Corner.
Wisdom walked a couple times today. He got a single late in the game. He went 1 for 3. Nobody hit really well. The Cubs only had 5 hits for the game that went 12 innings. They have 4 runs, 5 hits in the air. Sox 5 runs, 10 hits, and 2 errors. Anderson down. That's the biggest thing for the White Sox right now.
Yeah.
Tim Anderson going down.
He's your guy. The groin, they say. Groin, they say.
He's
so you called it. You called it without no sound.
And people said, "Oh, it looks like a leg injury." Now you can tell it was a groin. First of all, he reached up for his groin. So years ago in play-by-play, I was doing play-by-play for the Chicago Fire soccer team. They said, "Don't guess on injuries." So I try not to guess when I was on the air. But it looked like a groin. He grabbed it right away, and that could be out. Could be out for a while.
Yeah, I hope not because he's on my fantasy team.
A strain, a tear, you never know. And,
I hope not because he's on my fantasy team.
Yeah.
So I definitely need that guy as my starting shortstop.
Well, you think about it. You'd have Eloy Jimenez down, Robert down, Moncada just coming back, Anderson down. Look at all the injuries this team has, and right now they're back to 500 at 23-23. So they get a day off tomorrow. They get Toronto coming up Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. See who it is that doesn't make it to the – hopefully it was Tim Anderson who didn't have his vaccination. because two of the White Sox players
Right.
couldn't make it to Toronto because they were not vaccinated. We'll find out exactly who they are as we go further ahead.
As we're sitting here talking right now, we just saw the replay here on NBC Sports Chicago of what happened last night in the Charlotte Knights game with Eloy Jimenez.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, and I'm not trying to be an asshole when I say this, but it looks like Eloy Jimenez put on about 24 pounds, 25 pounds.
Maybe those Charlotte Knights jerseys are just for,
They're black and gray. They're black and gray.
Oh, they're black? Okay. Well,
They're black and gray. You put on about
I
24
wear black
pounds.
because it makes me look svelte. You know. It's the only time I ever look svelte.
Yeah.
I wore this same White Sox t-shirt or this same White Sox shirt when I was covering the Sox convention for the Score in like 2007.
Oh, there you go.
So
Svelte.
Still fits.
Svelte.
Still fits. I've watched it a few times since.
All right, there you go.
So it's good.
There you go. But all in all, tough watch day. Congratulations, Fred, on the series win.
Yeah.
3-1.
3-1. Cubs get a really tough schedule coming up. You're watching the Cup baseball. Tomorrow it's going to be a doubleheader, day-nighter against Milwaukee.
Yep.
Then you got the Brewers Tuesday and Wednesday. Then you get the Cardinals Thursday, Friday, doubleheader, and then another game. So you got 5 games in 4 days with the Cardinals, 4 games in 3 days with the Brewers.
Right.
So you got a ton of games coming up with the Cubs.
Was it 5 games in 4 days with the Cardinals?
Right. 5 and 4. Yeah. So it's going to be really
tough.
tough.
Sox don't have an easier schedule either.
No.
You got a lot of tough teams coming in.
Toronto, Tampa Bay. They get the Dodgers.
Coming in. Yeah. Baltimore coming in, which I think we're going to that game, aren't we?
We're going to the June 23rd game. So whenever that comes in, yeah, we got a couple weeks.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
We get to see Adley Rushman and Trey Mancini,
yeah,
Mullins, all that stuff. It'll be fun. We'll have a good time.
Okay, so quick question. I know that we're on the air. We're not talking about Cubs Sox anymore because the game's over. Sox win.
Yeah,
whatever. Do you think Trey Mancini gets moved before the deadline? This is a guy that you and I have talked about over the last 2 years.
I saw him
and
play.
You know what It's still the toughest division in baseball.
It's so good with the Yankees, and you got the Yankees and the Rays and Toronto. Toronto's really impressive. It's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough. I'd love to see Mancini stay there, but
we just lost our audio really quick. We were talking about for some reason this keeps on kicking me off of audio. We were talking about Trey Mancini if he would get moved before the deadline.
I don't think he will.
You don't think he will?
I think he'll still be around. So you need another beer. We got to pick a 50-50 winner and everything.
We do have to pick a 50-50 winner. So all right, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out with us.
And there's not going to be Hube's Views and Brews. We did our shows today. I'll be back again next Monday. You'll be here on Wednesday.
I'll be here on Wednesday.
Show on Wednesday. So, we'll see how things go with the Cubs. Four tough games coming up with the Brewers, then 5 of the Cardinals. But we'll see. It's going to be an interesting week.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. And
are you going to join me Wednesday?
Yeah, I may. I gotta look at my schedule. Yeah.
No.
I may. No. I gotta look at my schedule. You never know what occurs during the course of a week.
Right.
You know?
Right. Well, you're a busy guy nowadays.
Yeah. Moving, packing up, packing the house. It's not easy. I'm just I found this nice pen.
Yeah. Your astronaut pen.
Yes. Yeah. It is very, very cool. You just flip it.
Show everybody how you do it. Show everybody how you do it.
Yeah, you flip it. And then all of a sudden, it's called a bullet pen.
So there's a cap on it. You take the cap off.
It flips around.
Like a normal pen.
How cool is that?
And you just write with it.
It's amazing. Real easy. It sits in your pocket. Come on. How cool is that instead of one of these big-ass pens?
Yeah.
He had a nice little
And
bullet pen.
So there's less ink.
No.
It's a normal pen with less ink.
Less space than your pocket. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, there's a good chance I could join you on Wednesday. We'll see. See how the week goes.
All right, guys. Thanks. He's a busy man. He is
I am
a busy man.
Don't forget, Coach's
Corner, 8118. You guys want to come down and have a great time. Bunch of drinks, bunch of beers, great food. It's awesome down here, guys. It's absolutely amazing down here.
Right now, I don't think there's a seat at the bar.
There's not one seat at the bar.
There's a ton of other tables, but not a seat at the bar.
Ton of other tables, but not a seat at the bar. Lots of tables.
It's a great time.
They got machines here, baseball going all throughout the place.
Yep.
We're watching golf. There's a bunch of Stanley Cups hanging from the air.
You got Miami and Boston over there.
Yeah.
All kinds of baseball, MLB. You got golf. It's
Yes.
fun. Yeah.
It's awesome
And
down
no
here.
doubt you'll have the Coca-Cola 600. By the way, Andrew, who earlier in the game said, should I take the over 7? We said yes. No
We nailed
problem.
it for you, baby.
We nailed it for you. Hopefully
You're
you
welcome,
took it.
Andrew.
Yeah,
It came late.
5-4.
It came late, but you're welcome,
You
Andrew.
probably sweated out all the way till the 11th and 12th inning.
Yeah, you're welcome, Andrew. You're
You
welcome.
got it. Yeah.
So I end up, guys, we're out of here. I will like Fred said, no Hubes, Views, and Brews tomorrow, but I will be back on Wednesday hanging out with you guys. And come on in. Let's do what we're doing. Make sure you join the show. It's going to be a fan show. We're going to be talking a lot about baseball again, I'm sure. And we'll get it going. So I know, guys, you guys have a great night, and we will talk to you guys a little bit later.
White Sox!
Oh, boo. Boo this man. Boo this man.
Thank you for listening to 1252 Sports Chicago.